Open your eyes. Open your eyes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Disclosure in the Media. This is a Breath of the Wild Part 3 for Legend of Zelda. I'm here with Richie McGreevy again. We're going over gameplay. Go ahead, Richie.
Hello, everyone. See, I'm wearing something more traditional in this episode. Link said this is actually the garment from the Twilight Princess. So it's a traditional garment with a more modern take on it, but cool. Right, so in this episode I'm going to visit the dragon. I've forgotten the name of it, but it's one of the corrupted ones, elementals.
One of those divine machines.
No, it's a dragon. It's an elemental that got corrupted by the.
Corrupted elemental dragons. Okay. And for the next hour and 45 minutes, we will see him running up the mountainside. No, I'm just kidding.
See Link running up and getting out of breath. Where is it? It's out there.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's very interesting you brought up the corrupted dragons and elementals because Moses just channeled a dragon that was talking about the very same thing about how some are corrupted and some aren't. So,
is that on his YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's on his YouTube channel. Yeah, it's very interesting that's been brought up, and he just brought it up too. So, yeah. That's how you know it's an actual synchronicity, is that
Right. That's my fight.
Oh, he's freezing at the moment.
Yeah, because the dish of just eating gives me cold resistance. You hear the corrupted music. Away. Son of a. Oh. Yes, you never freeze you after a while.
Yeah, I thought you had other gear that made it so you didn't shiver all the time.
Well, I just thought I'd wear this for traditional purposes. I thought I'd wear this garb, this for more traditional purposes. Right, yeah. Right. Right. Let's screw this. can hear the you can hear like the corrupted music.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's all like disjointed.
The ominous music. Yeah.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh, doggone it! It pixelated. All right. As soon as you hit the the cinematic, it pixelated there. I hate that. There we go.
Yeah, it's been corrupted by the malice of Ganon. Now, in the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time manga comic book series, the Link actually had one of these.
Oh.
Pet, but then he released. But then he released it, and it became the dragon. It became the corrupted dragon of death, and he had to kill it again.
Oh Lord. Oh, no.
Right. You got to shoot the eyes, isn't it? When you're around it, it gives you an upper arm as well. You can like change the effect of the environment. So. Oh.
There's an elemental at the moment that's talking to me that looks pretty much like this, like that.
No.
It's the one Moses spoke to on his video. I'll include that with this then, but it's like, his name is Redry. He's a Redry, and he is an elemental dragon that looks pretty much like this. I could hear him talking in the background when.
Sorry if I'm going quiet. I'm concentrating.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, after you kill this thing, I'll bring him in then. Yeah.
We can go to Ganon after this if you want.
Okay. Yeah. After you get rid of the dragon, I'll bring through the channel because he's wanting to talk. So, all right.
Come on, Eye, open up. I've learned. Oh, it's a rock. Come on. Oh. Done.
There we go. All right. After this thing croaks, I'll bring in the channel because he's kind of in a
We
sense
just
of urgency here.
freed it from the corruption.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Freed from the corruption. Okay.
And also, you have to shoot its horn to give you a piece of its scale, which you have to give that piece of it to the divine statue, and they access to the shrine inside.
Okay.
Major. Yeah, this thing even looks like the Dragon of Death. It's got the Oriental look to it.
Yeah, he does. Man, that pixelated again something horrible when you went out of the battle screen there. All right. All right.
Oh, look at that.
There we are.
Yeah, you got to present it to the staff. You got to place on the statue the proof of your courage, courageous deeds.
Okay. Before you go into the tomb, why don't we do the channel because he's coming through pretty strong. So
Thank you.
okay. Yeah. Let's take it off share screen and then we'll do that real quick and then we can go back.
You're right. Oh. Right.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't expect that at the very beginning, so that's must have cleared the energies enough before the show to fix this. So I'll give a bit of the backstory. I'll add in also Moses's show he did where he drew this being. But that dragon looked pretty dead on to what he drew, and it was part plant, part he was part plant, part dragon, and he was basically almost like a like security for that area. It's Harlem Park there in New York, so is where he comes from. I know that. Oh man, you're coming in strong. Briefly, yes, that's what. Because no, it's because the image that was being presented was basically of how to fix a corrupted elemental. Is that what you're trying to tell me? All right, hold on. Sort of. Okay. All right. Oh, I don't want to say.
I suppose not literally,
Not literally. It's more of like a symbolic thing. Okay, yeah.
Shoot it down and put out the
Yeah, because if I had to go through that much work to do that, no. Let's see. All right. Redra?
Oh, he's up. Oh,
Huh?
cat's up. Cat's up.
Hello. Hello, kitty. All right. All right. Isaac, is this Redry or Redry?
Is he coming through the cat?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. The cat, or is the kitty helping us? Yeah. Let's see. Hello, sweetie. All right. Oh, you're helping? Are you helping? All right. Yeah, you're helping. All right. Let's see. Redrive. Through the crystal, if you would, please. Okay, I'll get grounded there a little bit. Okay. Hold what? No. You're wanting a piece of hematite. Okay. All right. Hello. Yes. I am Redry. I do reside, sort of, in Harlem Park. He was slightly inaccurate. It is more of a dimensional state that can interact with that particular park space. I wished to center on that being that you were uncorrupting in the game sequence. It looks pretty much like myself, whereas you can free a corrupted elemental by energetically hitting particular spots within its body, very much like those nodal points with the eyes. You can think of these as corrupted nodal energy points, very much like you would have a corrupted chakra or octave. A blockage, therefore, can then center in a stapling of a more corrupted dimensional state in the nodal point that is created on that particular part of the body. If this makes sense, they would kind of look like eyes if you could see them, and they would be looking back at you like a possession. It is very, very accurate in that way. Getting rid of these particular nodal points, or at least correcting them with the amount of balanced energy in that way, the opposing vibrational frequency value, that would then cancel out that I. That is pretty much accurate. What happens is these nodal points come from a different dimensional state, intersect ours briefly. When we intersect your dimension, they lock in very much like a combination lock, and they essentially are pieces of technology that would then lock part of us into their agenda or dimensional state. In a lot of instances, it's artificial intelligence. Other dragons, like some of your medieval fantasy looking dragons and other oriental, you would call those looking dragons, would then also fit the bill for that. Most of the time they insert into their eyes, very much like he saw the corrupted dragon he knew as Plutus on this property, where he had almost like a Terminator-esque eyeball. This is entirely accurate in that way. This would be those corrupted nodal points, or that can shift from dimensional state to dimensional state. You see, in this was an accurate depiction of that process. Not, as he said, not as much work would go into that, but it is more of a symbolic representation of the cleansing of those energies. In this, do you have questions at all?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, this is what I wanted to explain in this. I have a very brief amount of time on this side of, he would say, the divide, but there really is no divide, meaning distance. To go further from how you would judge it from where I am would almost allow certain types of corruption. This is why I had the sense of urgency the way I did. I am a redry, and I am what you would see as a dragon or plant elemental. So good day to you all.
Yeah. Thank you, come through.
You are welcome. Ooh, whoa. Yeah, that was a major sense of urgency there. I wouldn't have done it till the end, but that's was like this huge, like gotta speak. You know, it's like that. It was like, so it was, oh wow. Yeah, that, I mean, what I can do is give a fragment here of this to Moses, and he can put that in as well. But this is, huh?
The cat was helping out.
Yeah, the cat's helping out majorly. That's why the cat jumped up there, was to help block a lot of this while redry was coming in. So, wow, that was strong. Ooh, no wonder we had to clear the energies before the show today. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, I'll close this. Okay, we can go back to gameplay if you like. I just had to
let him out. I'll go let the cat out.
Alrighty.
Say goodbye.
Hello. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you. Uh-huh. There we are. Ooh, okay. There we are. Yeah, he helped clear the energies too. They're actually much better. So,
yeah. Right. Get back to screen share. Right, I can actually finally go and front Ganon. This one.
Okay, we'll go into Ganon next. Yeah.
Loading. Ugh.
Loading a little slow. Yeah, technology's been very bad lately. So, there we go.
You also notice that little camel icon at the bottom left there.
Huh?
You'll notice that little camel icon at the bottom left there of the screen.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
new, that's a new ability I acquired from freeing a boater from her into
Oh, creating what?
freeing a boater, one of the champions from the survivalists.
Oh, okay, okay.
Creates the electrical field. Yeah, does that.
Now. Okay.
Rivali's Gale is now ready.
Also, I saw a video clip where some of those machines had been buried, and I was said in a little different recording that sometimes that's a symbolic for erasing history, but also in this fact, a king was trying to bury those to make sure that Ganon, I think, couldn't get a hold of them, but he did. But then the king, I believe the king dug them up, or this one king dug them up, and then Ganon reactivated them, and they became corrupted.
He corrupted. The Calamity corrupted them.
Yeah, and the king dug them up, but somebody had buried them so that they couldn't be corrupted. And that's true of like edifices and skulls and everything.
Yeah.
If you bury them, nobody can use them, or beings can't use them.
There's a subcontext to that. It was because the Sheikah got so highly advanced. The King of Hyrule the people of Hyrule got too concerned with them. If they would rebel against the people, they could have overthrown them.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So they had to so they waged war on them. I can't remember now what happened. It was but yeah, it was to do with that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Where the hell am I going?
Just like the Olmecs had to bury their big heads after a while because the power became so immense that it started to not necessarily infect an area, but it started to drive people mad because the power was so immense. So they had to bury the heads, and then when people dug them up, it started to bring the power out again.
For uniform. Ouch, ouch,
I like how you're just skipping through the lava.
Yeah, pretty much.
That pixelated on you. Man, that's, but at least it took a while before it did.
Tons of these, tons of these things now.
And see, that effectively what you did to that machine is what I do when I mirror junk back at the bad guys. I put a mirror up, like a mirror shield, and mirror it back at them, and it blows up in their face. So that's usually what I do when I send the energy wave like about 100,000
Parry their
times
attacks back at them.
Huh?
You parry their attacks back at them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the old music too, yeah.
The classic theme.
Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah, screw it.
There we go. Yeah.
I think she's starting to go wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you might want to unpixelate it again for whatever reason. Sorry, folks. I know that's annoying, but it happens. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Man, that thing will give up. There we go.
It's free. Ha! Screw it. Yeah, Zelda's trapped in that thing, by the way.
Huh?
Zelda's trapped in that thing, by the way. It's like a giant heart. Essentially. I believe it's like symbolic. She's like the heart of like the Hyrule Castle, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Link,
Link!
I'm sorry, but my power isn't strong enough. I can't hold it.
I think it's Zelda in there, or she might be inside. No, I think.
Yeah, I believe, yeah, she would be trapped. But yeah.
Oh, no, it's Ganon. No, it's Ganon. That's a lie. I lied.
Yeah.
Sorry. It was one of his math mistakes.
looks like some of the attachments that I see that are
moment
part
has finally
spider,
come.
part
Brace yourself, Ganon,
bug.
for the sting of my revenge.
A bit of a Majora's Mask sort of reference here, but you know, you free the four guardians and they help you out.
We will
Find
not.
them out.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
This isn't essential though. You don't have to like all free them. They just help.
Let's go, little guy. Now.
Doesn't stop the entire you know, the man getting squashed by a moon.
What was that?
No, it's just, well, no, just say you don't have to free them all, but you know,
Hold on.
helps out the battle
Our
immensely.
moment has arrived.
But yeah, there are some bad guys that do look like that, some parasitic entities that do look like that manifestation. And some are manifestations of other wizards. If you could unpixelate it, it did it really badly. Sorry. Yeah, it did it pretty. It got really bad, ugly there for a second. It just was severely pixelated. There we go.
Urbosa's glory is ready.
Rivali's gale is now ready.
Open back out.
Looks like it's part AI type as well. That's actually spider type. Not all of them. Some of them are primordial, but some of them are spider-like, like in the Matrix. And some of the manifestations of wizards can be both magic and AI.
Damn it. We're going to attack.
It pixelated again. It's doing it. It's being a pain in the butt again. So, I want to check it again. Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think when it shows the greater environment, it does it for whatever reason.
Not over yet.
That would have been a pain in the ass if you'd had to do the full power bar.
Yeah. You don't have to freeze Guardians, so they do help. Champions will.
Well, that's like the black goo, essentially, that was powering that. It looks like the black goo is like, since that's artificial intelligence, that's what it's supposed to be, yeah.
Ganon was born out of a dark past. He is a pure embodiment of the ancient evil that is reborn time and time again. He has given up on reincarnation and assumed his pure, enraged form. If set free upon our world, the destruction will be unlike anything ever seen before.
Oh, pixelated, sorry.
I entrust you with the bow of light. Link, you may not yet be at a point where you have fully recovered your power, or all of your memories. But courage need not be remembered, for it is never forgotten.
The way they kept saying the evil power came back over and over again, that's the same as the black goo coming back every now and again to harvest different life forms over and over again. That's essentially the same cycle like in dinosaur times it harvested them, other DNAs, other cultures it harvested them, and it embodies a different manifestation of what it harvested, essentially. So,
That energy covering Ganon's body is called malice. None of
This.
your attacks will get through as he now is. I will hold the malice back as much as I can, but my power is waning. Attack any glowing points that you see. May you be victorious. Quickly now!
Come on, look at that.
Hurry! Please!
Uh,
His power is weakening.
no, don't give up. from the eyes. Nice, come on.
I can't hold it much longer.
Underneath.
Aha.
It's underneath them there, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was on top. There's a part of it on top. I can't.
You might want to unpixelate it, sorry.
No worries. The
Yeah.
part.
Man, that gets really bad this time. I don't know what that's all about. Well.
Prepare yourself, Link. Link, now!
It has the forehead.
As it falls on you and crushes you. Yeah.
I think she's forehead.
Link! Look up there.
Aha.
There it is.
That's the very core of Ganon's being. Do what you must, Link.
There it is,
Ah.
right there.
Do it, Link!
Ah.
There we go.
Oh. I'm free!
Interesting. When they say he combined with it, essentially it was like somebody combining with a demon that you would have to bifurcate them out from, or from like the black goo if they've been absorbed by it essentially.
I've been keeping watch over you all this time.
Pixels, sorry.
I've witnessed your struggles to return to us, as well as your trials.
It happened right there at the end. No. There we go.
Believed that you would find a way to defeat Ganon. I never lost faith in you over these many years. Thank you, Link. The hero of Hyrule. May I ask, do you really remember me?
No. That's it.
That was the ending. Oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah. All right. That was an interesting ending to that. Uh, yeah. Like I was saying, there were different ages where the black goo would harvest different life forms, and they can take those constructs and make them into different embodiments, and that's why you see some of these strange embodiments, because they've harvested other creatures that looked odd like that in our dimension or our physical state. Um, to create all those weird constructs. But yeah, the fact that she was inside of him like that,
Yeah.
I've seen that with other beings, where they're trapped inside of other demonic beings like that and they're fighting to get out. But the demonic being is attacking people. I call these bound beings, where either you can see the actual person bound with like a cord or with like a demonic construct, or they're inside the other being. I had a dream one time where a friend of mine, I saw was trapped inside of this shark-looking being that the head was turning into kind of like a dragon-esque type of corrupted dragon. Like, I remember cutting the head off and then pulling the person out of it, and then the friend of mine was inside of that. That meant a fragment of theirs was inside the being. I was being shown, or higher self or oversoul showing me what was wrong with the situation at the time. So it was very similar to this. So they got that correct. So I don't know if there's anything else you want to add, but I can take this episode out. It's going to be a bit of a shorty, but compared to the other ones, but
Yeah.
okay, all right. Yeah, this has been an interesting trilogy. I know this one was a little bit short, but it's no less meaningful than the other ones. So this was Breath of the Wild Part 3. This has been Disclosure in the Media. Thank you, everybody, for watching this. Thank you to Richie and all the beings that came through that were helpful today and benevolent. So bye-bye, everybody.
Good morning, it's Torah of Moses. It's March the 22nd, 2022, 222. It's around 12 something p.m. in the afternoon. So, it's a beautiful day here. We have all the spring at its glory. We haven't been to this side of the park. We started last week with our drawing with Torah of Moses sessions, and we're going to continue the trend today. I was kind of prompted and insisted to come out today because there is a elemental being that we would like to channel and commune with, which happens to be a dragon type. I'm not sure if it's a dragon fae or if it's a dragon fairy, but whatever it is, I know it's a dragon. So, before we start, we'd like to offer a blessing and protection to the sacred sovereign space. Fill it with your unconditional love, harmony, and balance. Accent true source, as well as my guides, the Torah of the Ancient Mayan Federation, the living feline groups, and all the fairy people that inhabit this sacred space, to monitor, safeguard this transmission and channel session. We have our Lumerian today, and we are going to channel a galactic being. So, well, elemental, galactic, yeah, same thing. So let's see what happens. So today is 3-2-2-2-2. Interesting synchronicities. And before we start, we're just gonna start off with the shape. This is glare on the lens, a shadow. So let's see if I might have to change my position. It's my head that's making a... So let's see. Let me just change my gloves. rather take off the glove. So, if you're benevolent, show me how you look. I think I channeled these beings before. And that's the shape we got. It's a little chilly today. It's the wind that makes it colder. The energies are weird because there's a lot of people out and about. You're not the being that I've encountered, so I'm going to redo this drawing. sometimes they get miscommunication. If I'm quiet, it's because I'm trying to concentrate and draw and really get in the mood, which I am in the mood of drawing. I'm gonna ask a few questions in a minute. It's a very beautiful dragon. It looks kind of reddish, but it's not. And it's also plant-like with feathers. So there's different codes. So I'm sensing reptilian, of course, which is the obvious. Reptilian dragon. And then there's also there's a bit of feline, which is also reptilian, because it has this kind of feline nose here, and it has big eyes for a dragon. And then they have these kind of horns, these very typical dragon horns. And this is a young dragon because as it gets older, the horns get bigger and longer. And then these here, it's hair or feather, but they're more like plant life, like leaves, a very durable leaf. So, what are you? Are you this wind is getting on my nerves. Are you a fairy dragon? Are you a traditional dragon? It said it's both. And this is the download that I got this morning. I encountered last year and the year before, 2020, and 2021, fairy dragons. And they're small though, they're like the size of flowers. But this one is huge, and it could also shrink its size and it also increase its mass and size. So, because right now I'm drawing it in its full length, which is pretty big. So if I were to draw another angle of this being, so if I were to draw the whole entire being, so here it's its head, that's its head. If I can find the drawing I just did. Right? And then the neck ends here, and then we have the torso, the abdomen's here, and then you have its hind legs here, and then you have its kneecaps, and then you have its leg, thighs, kneecaps, leg, and then its foot here, and then its tail is here, obviously. It has a very long tail that curls like that, and then it can have wings, but the wings can be, they can like manifest out. And then the arms are here, like that, like that, and then the wings. Can go like that. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then this all connects, and this almost bat-like or traditional dragon wings. It's pretty massive. This creature is pretty massive. So that's how it looks from a, I don't know if you can see it. This is such a horrible sketch, but I did capture his face really well. So the colors I'm seeing is red, and then this fleshy red color, and it has fleshy colors in between the eyes and the snout. And there's also fur. So there's fur, so it's kind of like a white or off-white color of fur, feathers, and leaves. And then of course it has this traditional scaling of a dragon. It's really pretty and unique looking. So and then its eyes are golden, and its horn, I love the horn. And then the wings, they change colors, they're iridescent. They change colors. And the wings can also glow, and then there's scales. The wings don't glow, they reflect the moonlight or the sunlight, so it appears to be glowing. And then at night the scales are bioluminescent, and as well as the leaves. So, what is your name? Are you benevolent? Of course, I sense he's benevolent because he's been reaching out to me earlier today, and he just shared his heart space again. It's a masculine figure. Well, masculine energy. And he says he's very ancient, he's been around. Do you live here in the pond? He says no, he says that he lives in a perception of reality in terms of our topography on the earth is similar to where I am, but he does not live in this park.
Oh, I put the fucking bread right in front of his face.
And he says don't mind the distractions. He says that he's happy to be here. Indeed, he in fact called me to come out today, even though I did not want to come out to the park, but I'm here again. There's a lot of distractions out here. There's a lot of people that are mentally unstable. There's a lot of drug addicts, homeless people, and they all congregate to the park. You would think the park would heal them, but they're on every of the mentioned people are their own spiritual contracts and perception of reality, and they're stuck in that bubble of reality that whatever they have manifested in their life in their present now moment. So do not judge them, and we are not judging them, and but at the same time just understand where they are in their evolution. He says he's here at the parks, yes, to continue the cleansing ritual of the spring season, not only for the spring season, throughout all 4 seasons here in the eastern border of the United States. He goes to place throughout the world, as well as other dimension and reality pockets. And he does the same thing. He just basically he's not a transitional fairy, and he doesn't work with energies. What he does, he's more of a guardian. He just makes sure that everything is in its order, and if anything's out of balance, he will correct it using his authority as well as his magic and his in terms of his manifestations. So he is a guardian type. I met a lot of guardian types, like Blumenstall is a guardian type. He's a crystal ice giant, and he comes to this park sometimes. I haven't spoken to him in such a long time, maybe 2 years now, but he's a beautiful fairy giant made out of crystal and ice. So we have here, it's a very unique being. I've ran across a lot of different types of dragons. I have met a Obeliski. He was a baby sea dragon, and he's massive. So how big are you? He says the reason why he was called upon to commune with me today is because I did mention the Phrobosi giants, and he lives out there where the Phrobosi are perceivably inhabiting a space outside of our 3D perception reality or holographic society. He lives on the earth with the Phrobosi in their own perception bubble, and he would be an equivalent to maybe the size of let's say, let me just make sure I close my eyes. What is your mass and size? I'm getting 400, so 400 feet, but his wingspan is close to 16 feet wide, 1600 feet wide. Yeah, so he's 800 feet tall, and his wingspan is twice his size, so that's 1600 feet long. So just imagine, and then he's not the biggest dragon. He's one of the lesser dragons in terms of comparison in size and mass. So that's interesting. So when he stands up, he's 800 feet tall. And this was the image I had in my head when I was channeling Crumb and Tornok, and for the Zark or the Phrobosi, they shared this image of a dragon, and this dragon was 3 to 5 times bigger than these giants. So this would be the equivalent of these giants, dragons. So the Phrobosi and the Valar, or what Chris likes to call them, the Titans. They rode these dragons, and these dragons can be domesticated, but not this specific dragon. This specific dragon is not a participant in being domesticated. It's 1000% sovereign. It's telling me, and so he has more of a role to play in terms of a responsibility. And he's a very old being, and to calculate his existence, he would be in the millions of years. But his species has been around for billions of years, just like the Frobosi and the Valar Titan giants. So are they many of you guys? He says no, there's very few of us, less than a dozen, and that is the natural balance. Because I noticed the other dragon too, like the sea dragons, there's not a lot of them because they're so old, and they don't need to procreate because they're so old and they're so huge that there's really nothing can really harm them in terms of anything energetically or physically because they're just so massive. Some dragons are good, some dragons are bad, just like people. This specific being are good, but they were regressive, negative dragons similar to the species that turned bad. And that's just life, it said. So what is your name? I'm getting the word life. I'm getting the word dirt, brown, pike, and chip. So let me see. I'm getting the word red as well, and eyes. Red Dry. That's his name. Red Dry. Let me see if we could spell it. So so just put the word reed and dry. Reed dry. I thought it was red dry. It's reed and dry. So put that together. Reed dry. And what is the name of your species? So he would be called he says that that is his species name and his name. He doesn't really identify with a name. He was called many names in ancient past, according to our academic history recordings as well as the galactic history, because he's so ancient. So he's been known by many. He was known as the Red Wise Dragon or the Wise Red. That was his common name back then. In Asia and Oriental history, these dragons are highly coveted, the red dragon. So he would be that deity or pantheon to the Chinese and other Mongoloid type of peoples. The red dragon. So that's very interesting. So, red dry or redry, do you have any other thing would you like to share with us? He says he appreciates my time coming out here, and he wishes to share more information with me. He says just go ahead and ask whatever you need. Okay. So, what is your function here in the park, besides the obvious responsibility like, I know you're like monitoring, but he says that if there were a function that he had to do, he would be policing for any imbalances, such as any kind of Archontic, Orion, or any kind of Cabal activity, which is a lot, he says, in these national parks and city parks and etc. And a lot of the uninhabited rural areas of your continent of North America, there's a lot of Kabbalist activity, and what they do is they don't really correct it or scare away, but what they do is they balance out the energies. And there's like demonic parasites and whatnot. They're scared of them, so they just they run away from, and negative ETs, they run away from this dragon. So it's kind of like, that's why he says policing. So when they see them coming as a security guard, the people just run away when they see security guards. So that's what he does. They just run away from it. And if like he doesn't engage in any conflict or confrontation, because what he does is his presence balances the energies. So that's all he can tell me about, and it's really hard to understand because humanity thinks that, oh, he's gonna fight the dragon or another monster, or he's gonna fight the Dark Orions or other bad ETs. No, they don't need to fight. Their presence alone changes the causalities. That's what he's saying. And he doesn't need to do anything. It's just his energy matrix. It does it for him. Like some fairy types or some like guardian types, they have to use energy and manifest to convert or transmute any type of unwanted energies into something else. But this does not need to do that. Its very being, its very essence automatically does that. And other negative beings, again, they just run away from it. So this reminds me of the movie Shang-Chi. A Marvel movie just came out last year. It's really good. And the dragon, you resemble this dragon. Were you an inspiration to this movie? He says yes. He says he is that dragon. That is him. Well, a fictional incarnation of him, but that movie was based on him. That's so cool. So anyone that's watching this footage, just go watch Shang-Chi. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's a Marvel movie. It's an action-packed movie. It's so good. Very entertaining. And it kind of resembles this dragon. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. And do you have anything else to say to humanity? He says just be a model of living in the now moment, and don't try to be a force of for and against, good versus evil, because he models a being of balance and purity of heart and mind, and this is what we should be modeling, and nothing can interfere with us, it said. Okay, well, thank you for your time. Redry, or the wise red dragon of the old.
I remember also, a comment, and I'll add to that thing with Zelda, with Redry when he was speaking. Sorry, I had to clean that again. Not sure how that keeps getting that way, but with Redry, the dragon, he said to Moses that certain giants were dragon riders, and I remember. I believe this group, the Vogan, were of those, and other giant groups, and even the negative ones that had the negative guardian type ones. There was the negative type, the corrupted type, the raptor type that were guarding the giants that were being spoken of. Then you have the positive ones. And I remember Viking bringing it up to when Plutus before he corrupted. I hated to see that happen. What happened was he got this thing in his eye, like what Redrive was talking about in that Zelda clip, and he corrupted. It was the same with those little eye things that were all over that you saw Link having to get rid of. But Viking was asking whether we were dragon riders. It's because we were part of those giants groups, you see, and we were riding the different dragons. Sometimes I'm very leery of dragons, but I know there's some good ones out there, like Redry, or I wouldn't have trusted to channel him. So I just hope he remains that as he is and doesn't get the thing in his eye like Plutus did. So we tried to help. The forest people tried to help, and I'm not sure what they had to do to fix that at the time. Because he started letting in junk into our house, and he started to corrupt. His mind started to go. And other dragons we encountered, like Lentazar and Relento, and them in the past, there was a few others I can't remember the names of at the moment. Cats and dragons essentially the same. So they just took different divergent paths. They stem also from Khazad-dû and Lyran sources as well, and other galactic sources, and dimensional sources. And I've run into dragons out of the embodiment of different sound tones and light tones as well. But this, that was sad when that happened, but that was a good example of a corrupted one. And also this happened to Lentazar and Relento, where they got the thing in the eye. And when this was 5 years ago, I didn't know what I was looking at the time. I just knew it was artificial intelligence. And we thought the being itself had chose that. And we knew there was some attacking that had gone on. And Lentazar had her eye removed because of that and had to regrow it. They have the ability to regrow it. But she was more of a physical dragon in our plane of existence. Redry is of a other dimensional state. They were just of another frequency state, the Relento and Lentazar. But could come through fire, could come through the elements, water, all of those things. But they were a little more into our dimensional state and could have children and whatnot. Slightly different than Redry in his case. But yeah, the dragon riding thing that Viking brought up in the very first after show that we did with the dragons, that particular bit of information was accurate, I wanted to say. So it is 12:25 p.m. Saturday, March 26, 2022. Thank you.